Thank you for joining us on the afternoon edition here on Aso TV. My name is Joy Asonye. As you must have noticed, against all odds, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, former governor of Lagos State from 1999 to 2007, conquered a 7 vice president, a 7 senate president, 5 governors, 5 ex-governors, and a host of others to emerge the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress. That's what we'll be discussing, his emergence and what it means for Nigeria amidst concerns and a lot of alleged sabotage. We'll be discussing all of this with Comrade Adebayo. He's the National Director of Media and Publicity of the Asiwaju Project Beyond 2023 team. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, the Project Beyond, Asiwaju Project Beyond 2023 is the campaign team.
Yes.
And that's the slogan for the campaign. Well, thank you so much for joining us, but we'll go for a very short break. When we return, we'll delve into the issues at hand. Stay with us.
Sir, can you please give us the permission to search you? You can go.
Is this a movie? If it happened.
Officer, I beg carry and go station. When our Oga come, you call me down for there.
Hey, Mr. Man, I cannot do that.
Tell your guy to come to our station when he returns.
Am I in a movie? If it happen,
Mama, please. Mama, please.
Thank God you're here. Do the needful.
Mama, please, just 3 weeks
Madam, why did you invite us to come help chase your tenants now?
now. This is a civil matter now.
Is this a movie? If it happen,
If we follow
The new police law.
Welcome back. This is the afternoon edition here on Aso TV. Comrade Adeboye, congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, I'm sure the team worked so hard
Yes.
for that. But my first question is, did you see his emergence coming?
Thank you. Good afternoon, viewers. Yes, like we have known, Bola Tinubu's presidency is not a question of dispute, just a question of time, when. And the time has come, the time is now. So we saw it coming, despite all the hola ballows around it, despite all the struggle, despite all the schemings, the intrigues.
Which is, of course, natural.
It's natural in politics, so we expect it.
Exactly.
All of those things are expected. They came, but we thank God, we give God the glory that we, the challenges are surmounted, and here we are. And we cannot forget the role God played. On the convention day, when I woke up in the morning, I told my people that we are going for delegate election, and that is a supreme delegate, which is God. And I put it on my status that we are calling on the supreme delegate to come to the convention ground and vote for us. And he actually did, and then we carried the day to the glory of God.
Well, we saw the landslide victory
It was landslide.
that happened there. What would you say, apart from being such you can't take it from Bola Tinubu. He's a wonderful politician. He had been campaigning and lobbying and consulting way before this period. However, what do you think those delegates saw in him that made them give him their mandate?
Thank you. In party politics, interests matter. And everybody, including me and you, believe that we have to invest where we can actually get reward. During his campaign for this election, he has told the delegates that there is one factor he has realized, though it was realized too late, that a lot of party members, are not getting adequate reward. in party politics. You know, when people struggle during election, they campaign, they conducted house-to-house issues, they defend issues at every point, and then when the party now wins the election, instead of the party people, party loyalists, you know, to benefit from the scenario, you discover that only few people, minute, you know, benefited from the system, and the majority of the people, you know.
What do you mean by benefit? You mean appointment, juicy appointment?
Either juicy or not, appointment is appointment.
Right.
Patronage. You know, a lot of our party members are entrepreneurs. The notion that politicians are jobless is not there. A lot of our people are entrepreneurs. They do their business. They need an enabling environment. They need to access loan from the bank. There is a central bank who gives loan. There is a nicer microfinance bank who gives loan to young people. A lot of our people can't access those loans for one reason or the other. So if our people with beautiful ideas, if our people with the investment idea that can, you know, return capital, you know, or that can return interest on investment, if such people has access to such loan, you know, to such money, they can do a lot with their business.
But by virtue of coming into power, you are the father of the nation,
Yes,
so to speak.
I am. I am not
you
saying
no longer look at
the party people. No,
people per se.
You are misconstruing.
Shouldn't you be advocating that the structures that are built benefit the whole system?
Exactly my point. If Nigerians are benefiting, if there is light,
members, of course.
If there is electricity everywhere, if there is an enabling environment everywhere, you know, everybody benefits, including the party people. You can't take it away from them that they work. Don't forget that people work against our party.
Of course.
Don't forget that some people don't believe in our party. Don't forget that people try to do a lot of things to disable our party just because they want to bring their own party on board. But some people stood their ground that, look, we believe in this party, that this party will change the country, this party will fix the nation, and we will also benefit from it, like every other Nigerian. So what I'm saying is that patronage, appointments, juicy or not, contract, juicy or not.
So where has this appointment been going to?
No.
If the majority of party members, because often it's a no-brainer. You can't even argue it. Naturally, you emerge as a governor. You would give credible, or rather seemingly credible, appointments to from within, before you even start considering out. And I've heard a lot of APC members saying, well, so far we have not enjoyed the dividends of supporting this party. But I ask, where did this appointment go? Did they go to non-party members, or the ones that enjoyed it are not ardent followers?
You know, there are individual differences.
Right.
A lot of people on their own, if God assists them, they are ready to assist a lot of people. And there are many other people, whatever God has done to them, for them, economically, it is difficult for them to assist others. So it is everywhere, in our party, in other parties. When some people get to office, to assist other people becomes an equivalent tax for them. And then it is natural for people to complain. Because when you work, you have to be rewarded.
Of course.
That is the issue. And Bola Tinubu has addressed this. Don't let me digress. And he told the delegates that this has been identified as a major problem. And I can assure you that bringing him on board will correct this assertion. And then for a leader of that status to have taken responsibility for something wrong that is happening within a party, you must give kudos to him. Because people don't take responsibility in this part of the world. They don't. They dodge responsibility. They apportion blames. But he said that I have seen it, I've taken responsibility.
And I understand your pain.
Then I am going to correct it. And then, aside that, you know, our delegates are people with high level of understanding. They know that a Bola Tinubu presidency means a lot for Nigeria. They know that Bola has done it before, and he can do it again. Bola Tinubu presidency means that Nigeria is on the verge, you know, of greatness. Africa is on the verge of greatness. You know, Bola Tinubu is somebody that is ready, willing and prepared to build on the achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari to take Nigeria to the next level.
Okay, now let's talk about this sabotage that you had mentioned earlier, that within his loyalists, there were sabotage and all of that. Why do you think among his team, people fought against him?
I didn't mention sabotage to you. I didn't mention that to you, but all I know is that it's power struggle.
Right.
And everybody has their interest. Some people are asking me, why didn't I support Mr. Hay, that I'm supporting Mr. Tinubu? I have my interest in Mr. Tinubu. The other people has their interest in other people too. So within the party, there's bound to be power struggle.
Right.
And everybody wants their own candidate to emerge for one interest or the other. So when such things happen, you know, it is not that it is bad, no. But the way we play around it is something that we need to look at.
Okay.
Let me tell you this. Forget whatever people are saying. Bola Tinubu has contributed a lot to the development of democracy in Nigeria and also to the formation of that party, for the stability of that party. And the party ought to have given him a right of first refusal on the platter of gold because he has worked for his and he has paid his dues. But
And I hear there was a gentleman agreement that come 2023.
there was actually an agreement. But you know, when agreement is made, people
You are refuting having used the word sabotage. Now, a lot of people felt like the vice president being somebody who, according to speculation that I hope you would clear, was nominated by Bola Tinubu, should not have run for that position. Is that what you personally believe as well?
The Vice President Asiwaju is a competent man, a very good man, kind-hearted, and he has the capacity also to run Nigeria. But culturally, in Yoruba land, it is natural for you when you and an elder brother or elder sister is dragging something. It is just culturally right for you to leave it for your elder brother out of respect, cultural respect. Not that you are capable, not that you are sound, not that you are exposed, but on cultural basis. Especially when you know that your elder brother or that sister is also competent, you know, if not more than you, to carry out the job. So for me personally, I have said it, you know, when the game was getting heated up, at one point we wrote a letter to Alaafin for you. May God rest his soul, is dead now. He's a notable king in Yoruba land and also the Ooni of Ife. I think we paid a visit to them so that they should come around and make sure this issue is settled among all these Yoruba aspirants,
Right.
so that we don't lose this chance, you know, of producing the next president. Because in politics, when people see that people are fighting,
Yes.
they can take advantage of that, you know, to scheme you out.
Exactly.
So we told Ooni in our letter, in our meeting with him, that Kabiyesi, you have to come on board as a traditional ruler. As a traditional ruler of this zone, this region. You have to rise to the occasion, settle this thing. Don't allow this issue to fester more than this, so that all of these things will go to the poll, you know, as a united front.
Right.
So, and they tried their best, but obviously the vice president was thinking that he has equal right also.
Of course.
as Bola
Okay,
Tinubu.
let's move away from that. Despite all that has happened, what's the reconciliation plan to ensure that everybody comes on board now that the party is done with its primaries?
Of course, the reconciliation thing is just a simple thing that will be done. You know, a lot of our party people, party leaders, aspirants, all of them are you know, they have the spirit of sportsmanship.
Right.
And Bola Tinubu is a rallying point. It's a rallying point. He said it yesterday. You know, is a
Acceptance speech.
that nobody should fear anything. That it's a contest. Somebody has to win. Somebody has won. Other people should come on board and let's see how it goes.
However, do you see a lot of some of the aspirants that didn't win? Do you see them coming on board? Because it was obvious that some were not as excited to have lost.
Like who?
Well, we saw it on social media. Let's not mention names.
You see, Bola I told you in the first place, Bola Tinubu should not have contested against. He is a large person made by God. He has the network. No, I don't see anybody on that table, saying that because Tinubu emerged, he wants to leave. Tinubu emerged, he will not support him. No. As a matter of fact, you can see the high level of congratulatory message that has been coming in for him from the aspirant themselves. Fahimi has congratulated him, Asiwaju has congratulated him, the party, everybody. There are bound to be issues. But now that we have a flag bearer already, so everybody will definitely come on board to support him. Because for the sake of of our party, the unity of our party, because we cannot afford to disappoint Nigerians. Nigerians are looking up to us. They are expecting a lot from us. So we can't afford, to disappoint them. And everybody is coming on board. Not that they will come. Everybody is coming on board to support Bola Tinubu's campaign.
Okay. I mean, we saw the spread of support that he got from the delegate. But if you have to mention a block vote he got from a state, which state would you say gave the unfettered support? Honestly,
Joy, I will tell you that the block vote comes from Nigerian delegates, APC delegates. You don't know who voted for who. It's a secret ballot. It's an open secret ballot.
But I'm sure during the campaigns and lobbying and consultations, you must have noticed some level of acceptance from a certain region.
Bola Tinubu is accepted everywhere. You saw it. Where did he go that is not accepted? Nowhere. Because he has fact, and people know his pedigree. They understand the way he carries people along. He's a team player. He's a team leader. He doesn't do things alone. The vice president attested to it that when they were together in Lagos State, when Tinubu was governor and he was Attorney General, he said it that on the table they will put an issue, it will be discussed. Tinubu don't lord his own opinion on people. No, there will be robust discussion. And if he loses, in the discussion, he will accept it. He bows to superior argument. So everywhere he went to during the campaign, he was accepted by everybody. The only thing you can say is that, the delegates number vary from state to state. We have some states that have up to 140-something delegates. 120-something delegates.
Exactly.
We have people that it has 18 delegates or thereabout. So the variance in the numbers of delegates is something that you can begin to juxtapose with the voting. But the block vote, if I have 18 delegates in my state and I give it to Bola Tinubu all, I've given him a block vote. If somebody has 123 delegates from that state and they gave him all, they've given a block vote. So everybody, APC delegates, gave the block vote.
Okay, let's move towards the general elections now, where he would have to contend with 17 other aspirants or candidates. I apologize. 17 other candidates.
Are they 17?
Ah, well, there are 17 parties, and all of them are finishing of their primaries at the moment. So I expect 17 candidates would emerge. Now, do you see Bola Tinubu indeed winning in the general elections?
100%. I have no doubt in my mind that Bola Tinubu, by May 29, 2023, will be sworn in as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by the special grace of God. He has all it takes. What Nigeria needs at the moment, is to make sure that we all sit down, put our hand on the table, to look for somebody that can build and improve on the achievement of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Right.
We really need. We are at a very critical stage in our country, where security has become an issue, where economy has become an issue, where social justice, fair play has become an issue. We have a lot of resources that we've not been able to galvanize them, to coordinate them for the enrichment of our people. So we need a man that understand those things,
Right.
that can coordinate those things, that can use them to create wealth for Nigerians. And the only man available now is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So I'm assured, I'm very sure, that 100% sure that Nigerians will come out in their thousands, in their millions, to cast their vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because they know that he's the best man for the job.
Okay, at this point, we'll call for a short break. When we return, we'll talk about the concerns some Nigerians have pushed forward when it comes to Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's emergence as presidential flag bearer of the APC. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
The welfare of millions of people for generations to come may be affected by the wisdom which we here display. If Nigerian leaders and our British partners are to prove themselves worthy of their trust, now is the time for us solemnly and truly to dedicate ourselves to seeking the greatest good of the greatest number of our people in Nigeria. Independence for Nigeria in 1960 is imperative. But independence for Nigeria as a corporate entity is not enough. The peoples of Nigeria must at the same time be guaranteed their freedom. We must ensure that in an independent Nigeria, individual citizens throughout the land enjoy liberty, human dignity, and equality under the law. There must be one Nigeria with one constitution and one law for all. Let us therefore, Mr. Chairman, sir, close our ears to the counsel of despair, which says that we cannot here at this conference agree on a constitution. If there's any doubt among us as to what should be written into the constitution, let us, as Democrats that we profess ourselves to be, refer such problems, as the goal has done recently, to the people whom we profess to represent, either just before or at the federal elections late in 1959.
This is still the afternoon edition on ASO TV. If you are just joining us, we are talking about the emergence of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as the APC flag bearer, the presidential flag bearer of that party. Now, we've been discussing all of this with Comrade Adebayo Adeboye. Thank you again for coming. But
Adeboye Adebayo.
Adebayo. I'm sure I can mix it up and you won't mind.
Okay.
Thank you again for coming. But now let's talk about the concerns that some Nigerians have pushed forward. And I would like to start with October 2020 during the EndSARS protest. Bola Tinubu was on social media. I think he was about the most hated man on social media. Now, how would you change the narrative and his image? Because it was there were a lot of speculations at the time. He even ordered the alleged shooting and all of that. So what are you doing as the media team, the head of the media team, to ensure that that image is corrected or changed?
See, Joy, hate him or like him, Bola Tinubu is a man that meant well for humanity. Now, talking about EndSARS, we will continue to engage our people. We will continue to educate them. We will continue to enlighten them. On Instagram, on Twitter, you see that a lot of people refused to be enlightened. Because how can you imagine, as a learned or exposed Nigerian, that Bola Tinubu has the capacity to order soldiers around. When you know the only person that has such power, according to the law of the land, is the president, who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. You remember some times ago in Magodo, Lagos, when there were issues on Magodo, a police officer, an inspector, or I don't know, the governor of Lagos State, Governor Sanwo-Olu, was telling the man to vacate that place.
Yes, exactly.
He refused vehemently in front of the camera that no, I take my order from Abuja. And Sanwo-Olu was supposed to be the chief security officer of Lagos State. He's supposed to be the one dishing out order in Lagos State, but a police officer vehemently disobeyed him, a sitting governor. So if a police man could do that to a sitting governor, who now tells you that a Bola Tinubu, that is not a governor,
and yet is a Jagaban?
Jagaban is a title given to him by the people now. It's officially given to him by the Emirate of Bogu in recognition, of his activities to humanity. So it is erroneous for people to say or believe that a Bola Tinubu, that is not a soldier, it's not a commander, can just put his phone and say, soldier, go and attack them at the toll gate. No, we should begin to weigh these narratives and choose the one to believe and the one not to believe. Nobody can tell me or say that Bola Tinubu has no such power. It's not a killer. And let me tell you this. His TVC was destroyed.
Yes.
Some of his, ventures were destroyed. And he has the network to call police that don't allow them to do this, don't allow them to do that. But he made a statement that whatever they want to destroy, let them go and destroy it. I made those things. And later, if you are still alive, I will make them again. Those things do not make me, I made them. So that you should not attack them, you should not stop them, because in the course of stopping, or
you might erupt to something
else, and that will be another thing. So leave them. That is humanity. When you see that they are destroying your properties for no just cause, but because you don't want them to be, wounded, or you don't want issue to come on it, you allow them to do whatever they do because they don't know. They are not informed, or they are misinformed. So we'll continue to engage our youth. We'll continue to engage our people. We'll continue to inform them rightly and, impact on them the correct narrative. Bola Tinubu is somebody that we should all be adoring. Because the democracy we are enjoying today, that me and you can speak like this, no issues, no fear that military will come, is somehow, he contributed largely to it by fighting the military junta to stand still, by committing his resources to it, by using his intellectual capacity to it, by using international network, to deepen democracy and sustain it in Nigeria. So he has contributed a lot. And if he doesn't love humanity, if he doesn't want people to enjoy life, he won't be doing all of those things. So I want us to begin from here now,
right,
to change the narrative that Bola Tinubu did not, will not, and has never, ordered soldier to kill young Nigerians. He won't do that. He has his own children too, and he wants them to go and live. So why will he do that to any other people's children? He won't do that. I can say he will never do that. And he said it by himself when they called him. They called him. There was a phone call. I mean, there was a phone conversation that went viral that time. He said it. How will I do that? But it's only because some people just hate the man because he's a successful man in his endeavors.
Well, if
he has cried a lot and he said it that he is a newsmaker. Everywhere he goes, he's a newsmaker. If you sit down in his house, people make news out of it.
So how are you going to ensure that you turn around this hate to love? Because you don't just hate because somebody is successful. That's not basis to dislike.
A lot of our people in Africa do that.
Right.
And you know it. People just out of envy, out of jealous, Yeah, he didn't make his money. He has money. He's doing this. He's doing that. It happens in Africa, and you know it. So, but we continue to engage them. We continue to talk to them.
Right.
We continue to enlighten them and see the reason why Bola Tinubu should be supported.
Now, another very important concern that a lot of Nigerians have issued out is the issue of his health. I mean, I remember when the ruling president, President Muhammad Buhari, was to emerge. Just like this, we had the issue of health. Is he healthy enough for a nation that expects the president to be at his foot at all times? I mean, nobody has gone to do a diagnosis to know which is, but it's going rife on social media as to, is the new flag bearer healthy enough for a country such as Nigeria?
Joy, I want to say this to you. The issue of health is for everybody. You can fall sick tomorrow.
Of course.
I can fall sick today. You know, the science of our body is only God that understands it. That Bola Tinubu went to London to have knee surgery has been the issue. For God's sake, he has no major ailment that me and you know of. There is no doctor report that says he's not fit. No liver problem, no kidney problem, no heart problem.
Which would have been concerning ailments that would...
Those are issues. But so that somebody went to London, I mean to UK, to have a nail surgery. It is being blown out of proportion because of hatred or envy or jealous. You know, Bola Tinubu is mentally and physically fit. And that has been demonstrated during the campaign. He traveled by himself to major states in Nigeria to campaign. At times, he taught 2 states in a day. Talked to people, they threw questions at him, he answered them, and he has always been on his feet, you know, to talk to them, lasting hours. And at times, when he got back from those rigorous campaign, people will still be waiting for him at home to be attended to. I will still attend to them, talk to them, exchange views with them. You know, if somebody is not fit physically, he can't do that. So the issue of physical fitness has been settled by that one. He was in Umrah, and he walked around the, I don't know what they call that thing. He performed tawaf. Somebody that is not fit cannot do that. So he's physically fit and mentally alert, you know, to fix this country. The issue of him, since he started his campaign, have you ever seen him not talking to people any day? No. And he sleeps very late. He works very early. You know. So somebody that is not fit cannot.
But you can understand why the concerns are there. Are we going to have another president? Because President Muhammad Buhari has suffered a lot of backlash for his trips to this same London. So you can understand why anybody would say...
Nigerians can raise their fear,
exactly.
But we are telling them now that...
Are we going to see a lot of London trips for medical?
No London trip for medical issues. On Bola Tinubu, no. Emphatically, no.
Okay, another concern is that Bola Tinubu is from the southwest region, and you have a major contender, former vice president of the nation, Atiku Abubakar rather, from the north, where the voting strength lies. Are you concerned that he might not match up, even though you have told us he has a nationwide acceptance? Are you concerned?
I'm not concerned at all, honestly. You know, this time around, Nigeria as a country and as people, we've displayed one thing: unity of purpose. The doomsayers, you know, they've been saying that the northern governors, they are deceiving Tinubu, they are doing this, they are doing that. But they have shown to the world that they don't engage in deceit, that they believe so much in his capacity, and they believe so much in equity, that the Buhari is running the northern time as the president of Nigeria. By the special grace of God, he will complete that in the next few months. The powers will shift to the south. They said it, they work on it.
Not to digress, but a lot of people had said that it was an influence from Bola Tinubu. Is that true? When the northern governors came together to say, you know what, this time is for the north and we're standing by, it's time for the south rather, and we're standing by the south.
What influence?
There's the speculation that Bola Tinubu must have influenced that action.
What influence? How?
I wouldn't know what he offered on the
They
table.
believe in him.
And there's nothing that was offered on the table.
They believe in him. They believe he has paid his dues. They believe he has contributed to the development of the party, the unity of the party, the stability of the party. And they believe he did so much, in supporting the party to clinch presidency in 2015. So they believe it is time to pay him back. They believe he has the northern, the north is having the fair share of presidency currently, and that will end by 2023. The power should shift to the south. They just believe, and they believe in equity and justice. That is what is driving them. Nothing more.
You just pitched a topic that caused rife also on social media about his effort in ensuring this administration came into being. But let's not digress very far. We were talking about the general elections and his contender, Atiku Abubakar, and you were talking about how the northern governors...
that is why I'm driving,
right.
Joe. When you see a core northern governor, northern governors, when you see them supporting a southern candidate, that shows that Nigeria has shifted, from this ethnic politics to unity of purpose. The way they voted him in the primaries is the way the northerners, the electorate, the southern electorates, the same way they will vote him. Because it is about capacity. He can do it. He has done it. We need to enjoy the meaning of democracy to its fullest. We are due for it as a country. And they believe he is the only person that can do that at this point in time. Atiku Abubakar, a fine gentleman, a capable hand, but comparing him with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is better.
That's your opinion.
Opinion of a lot of people.
That's your opinion.
It's not my opinion alone. Even you know, because he has done it before. Bola has done it before. Lagos is a typical example, and we can't shy away from it. When Bola Tinubu became governor in Lagos State, Lagos was like the dirtiest state in Africa, the most insecure. The part of the reason that the capital city of Nigeria was moved from Lagos is security. But immediately he stepped in. He designed a template for governance, not for in a short, medium, and long term. That we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to design this for this state, to be viable.
Do we have a similar template for Nigeria?
He will definitely. He has just released his vision for Nigeria, an agenda of transformation. Where he said, what strikes me most in that agenda is interest to create thousands of jobs for Nigerian youth through public work program. Yoruba says, "Atelewe niki tanije." That means your hand cannot deceive you.
Right.
He wants to inculcate the principle of work and eat. He wants to take laziness. He wants to take idleness away from our youth. He has the plan, and he has put it out for us to see. Let me say this. The issue of security in Nigeria today is largely due to idleness of youth.
And not poverty, like a lot of people have said.
When people have nothing to do to make money, they will be poor. And when they are poor, Satan will come in. And when Satan comes in, it begins to manipulate their mind. And they begin to misbehave in the public. So the template that Bola Tinubu is prepared for this job. The template he has designed, to take Nigeria out of those challenges. Part of it is creating on the immediate thousands of jobs for Nigerian youth. And it's going to do that.
Adeboye Adebayo. Let's just, I don't know if this is too early, but a lot of Nigerians are looking out and saying, who should we expect would be Ahmed Tinubu's running mates? Today I woke up to about 3 different graphic pictures of Ahmed with several governors or several people, but nobody has come out to say, we are looking at this region, or we would consider this person and all of that. Would you give us a sneak peek into, even if it's not the person that might be in negotiation?
I won't be able to do that.
I would like us to know the region. If you know Nigeria, you know that you must equate the system. I mean, you would consider the north, is it the south now, is it the time for the east? And then you now consider, is the Muslim, a lot of things there in several dimensions. But if you have to just put it into perspective for us, which kind of human being should we expect would be the running mate?
It's quite unfortunate that ethnicity and religion have dominated our political space. It's highly unfortunate. And, we were plunged into that nonsense by the PDP.
By the PDP?
Yes, it's very sad when you begin to whip up sentiment of ethnic and religion to win people's vote.
This is the APC whose 14 northern governors came together to insist on a region and not credibility, vision, and all of that.
No, don't say that.
Of course.
No.
Look at it side by side.
Vision and credibility and the capacity are the variables that were considered by northern governors to support Bola Tinubu. Not religion alone.
But you just said Bola Tinubu might not have had anything to do with the northern governors insisting that power goes to the north, to the south rather. So if that be the case,
I didn't get that.
You just mentioned earlier that Bola Tinubu had nothing to do with the northern governors insisting power moves to the south, and that it was their own decision and volition.
Yes.
Now, if that be the case, and you're now saying that the issue of ethnicity and religion was introduced by the PDP, I don't understand how that works, because if you are looking at credentials, you would open your ticket and say, let the best man win from whatever region, and irrespective of who is at the moment sitting on the position.
That is the thing. We are supposed, we are not supposed to allow religion and ethnicity, to guide us or to drive us.
Right.
But we are there already, and we have to play by the rule. And on the issue of running mate, it is the party that will decide. As a matter of fact, we have to submit the name today to hear Nike. So,
and you will not use this exclusive interview to give us a sneak peek as to what region we'll be looking at?
No. You see, what we need to be looking at for is somebody that will be on the same page with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Somebody that there are so many responsibilities given to the vice president by the constitution. So we must begin to look at somebody that can, excel in such responsibilities, that can work and make things work for Nigeria in carrying out those responsibilities. We should not be looking at where he comes from, what religion he is practicing, and all of that.
Are you serious? We might not be looking at somebody like Boss Mustafa, for instance?
The SGF, highly competent,
right?
Very, very cerebral, and he has the capacity to. Because so if the party chooses him, why not? Why not?
The party chooses him.
Yes.
You are bent on not giving us a sneak peek.
No, it's not about it's not being bent, but it's the fact that the party will decide that.
Right. But if you have to personally speculate, who do you think it will go to?
I don't want to speculate on that.
Okay, thank you, Comrade Adeboye Adebayo, the National Director of Media and Publicity, Asiwaju Project Beyond 2023. Thank you so much for your time with us today.
Thank you so much.
We'll call you again as campaign heats up.
Of course.
To talk more about the project.
I'll be here for you.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is where we roll down the curtains here on the afternoon edition. My name is Joy Asonye. Have a fantastic afternoon.